Hey everyone. So first of all, I want to say if you guys didn't see the podcast I was just on with my Amazon guy, Stephen Pope, you can look up either of those things, my Amazon guy or Stephen Pope. Me and him answered questions for an hour live on air. So it was a little nerve-wracking, just answering live questions, but we went through a lot of good stuff there. And especially getting live feedback like that was great because I saw that once I mentioned one thing, everyone kept asking about up down bidding and keyword bids and what to do with that. So I want to try to see what I can kind of dive deeper on the bids, and I'm going to do something at the end of this video. But the point of this video here is one of the simplest ways I've come up with to launch a brand new product. Now, and I also want to give a caveat here. I'm talking about very, very low budgets. So everyone is like, you're talking, if you're going to launch a product and some people have $1,000 a day to spend, but that's not everyone. So I want to give you guys an example on we've spent less than $20 a day on this product for the last 30 days. Okay. Less than $20 a day. Look at this. The most we've spent was what, $17 a day? And we're at 31% ACOS. Okay, so I'm going to run through this. 3 campaigns I set up. Just to give some more background, this is a food brand. So at this point, they have about 40 products and they're constantly launching products. And they're in this space where it's very, very niche. So they want to really test the water. So they're launching products. And as you guys know, if you launch a product, it's not always going to work. So that's why there's some tight budgets here. They want to spend $20 to $30 a day, see what's going to happen, and really try to shoot up the rankings for these keywords. But biggest thing I'm going to lock in on here is that when you launch a product, you can go so simple. Okay, so I have to hide some info from you guys. And what I've done here, let me just give a quick background. So what I've done here is I have called my 5 campaigns food item because it's a food item, all right? Now I've only started with 3. You can see they were started in early February, so it's been about 40 days since these started, right? I'm gonna go into each one of these specifically. I have an auto up down, I have a phrase, and I have an auto TOS. Now you can also look at the breakdown of orders here. The auto up down didn't do great for us, only 6 orders. The phrase, 84 orders, and the auto TOS, 20 orders. Just so that's 110 orders from PPC for the last 30 days, and we've gotten about 400 orders overall. So we're at about 400 orders for 30 days. So 400 divided by 30 is about 13 units a day. Eventually he wants to get like 20 or 30. So we're doing pretty well right now. Again, we're not trying to blow this out of the water. We're just trying to get a solid item that we know is going to keep getting 20 to 30 orders a day. Okay. Now I found another example that I'm gonna try to run with here. So I am gonna try to run with almond protein powder because the product I'm talking about is very niche, like almond protein powder. And the whole point of this video is you can launch with one keyword. Okay? You can launch with one single keyword in phrase match. So let that sink in a second, and then I'm gonna dive into these campaigns right now and show you what we did with launching. Okay? So very first thing is food item phrase. Okay, this was the only manual campaign I set up for our one item. 2 keywords. 2 keywords. Okay, I just said let me actually that's gonna be blurred out, but you can see phrase match. I started with a $1.25 bid, and this is when I want to try to cover a little more with the suggested bids. So you see for this keyword, the suggested bid is 118. And this is by far our biggest keyword. This is really the only keyword I need. It's a 2-word phrase keyword. Okay? I bid $1.25. I have not touched that bid in 30 days. I have not touched that bid in 30 days. the cost per click has been 86 cents. All right. We've gotten 82 orders off of this one keyword. This other keyword is great. We're also at the top of the page for this keyword, but we've only gotten 2 orders from it. Okay. It's just not high volume. This is what I'm talking about. We have one keyword, cost per click 86 cents. Okay. Now, if I go into the search terms here for my phrase, there's like 3 or 4 search terms, and that's about it. Okay. So phrase, find your best phrase. You can get away with just doing one. Second campaign I set up, you saw I did 2 auto campaigns. Okay. So this one, auto TOS. And these are search terms. So let me take a second here. So first I'll cover this. So last 30 days for search terms, we have 20 orders, and 9 and 10 of them are from 2 words. Now, these 2 words are the same exact words in my phrase campaign. So that's what I'm saying. I set up an auto campaign, and it was auto TOS, and I'm gonna go a step further on this in a second. But I'm getting the same exact orders here in auto than I am with my phrase, because it's just all we need is this one keyword. So again, I can't give it away, but I can tell you guys that we got Amazon's choice for this keyword right here after 30 days. We got Amazon's choice for it because we are putting all of our PPC spend into this one keyword. So the best way to think about it is if it's almond protein powder, okay? So if almond protein powder was in my phrase and I'm getting all these orders from it for auto, we got Amazon's choice for almond protein powder just with a couple of campaigns, not spreading ourselves too thin, because we knew this was a niche product, right? And we didn't want to go crazy with it. So we will continue to expand the ads, but to start and to get this sort of traction first starting, it's been amazing. Now, remember, auto TOS, the whole point of auto TOS is to get to the top of the search with your auto campaign. So I come to food item auto TOS, and I'm going to look at placements here. I love this. I just absolutely love seeing this from my auto TOS campaigns. 87 clicks, 20 orders, amazing ACOS, amazing click-through rate, only 2 clicks elsewhere on the top of the page. And remember, all I've done here and all you want to do for auto TOS is you set up your ad groups, you look at targets, and you just go for close match, okay? So close match, I have a 10-cent bid. I've actually even been getting clicks on loose match, which doesn't always happen. So this is why, and people, this doesn't always work, but for this one, I set up loose match. So loose match is maxing out to 30-cent clicks, okay? Close match is maxing out to 67. But I've actually gotten more orders on loose match. And you guys saw in the search term report, these are still only coming from 2 targets, from 2 words. Now, right off the bat, I know what people think is they're going to say, okay, now next step is you add those as negatives to your auto, right? You add them in negatives and then you bid on them in exact. No, and this was something on with my Amazon guy is he asked me, how do I feel about adding negatives to autos? I try to not touch on it because it's so sticky and people get so carried away with doing too much. So I want to say again, this is working, right? This is working. I've got a very low ACOS. I'm not going to touch this. I'm just not going to touch it. I'm getting placements for top of search for my best keywords. I'm getting it for almond protein powder. I'm showing up at the top of the page. I know I can type in my best keyword and I show up there. So I'm not going to add it as a negative to my auto campaign because then things start to get messed up, okay? So that's the auto TOS, and this has actually been doing the best. But the best thing that I've seen is with the auto TOS and with the phrase, we're only getting orders on 2 keywords. That's it, 2 keywords, and we've almost hit our target. Okay, so auto TOS, that's the second one. Third one we've got here was my auto up down. So this is just a normal auto campaign that I set up with no placement stats, just up down bidding. Just to go back, For auto TOS, I did down bidding. Okay, this one I do auto up down. Now, this one hasn't been great, honestly. So you see here, if I scroll down a little more, so it just hasn't been doing great. We've been getting most of our impressions on substitutes. I have close match higher, and it's still not getting impressions, probably because my auto TOS is kind of trumping this. But I like to set both of these up. So this isn't getting a whole lot of traffic. We've gotten 6 orders here, not a crazy amount to go through. So I'm focusing on the 2 campaigns that are working from 2 keywords, okay? So, and all I've done is, if I come back here, you guys can see the budget. So auto up down, I gave it a $5 budget. Phrase, I upped it to 25. Auto TOS has $15 budget. Still, we are not spending more than $20 a day on this one item, okay? Now, next step, I'm not going to walk through this specifically, but for the next step for this product, what I want to do is start to go after competitors. So, like I told you guys, we got Amazon's choice for our keyword, okay? So we got Amazon's choice. So, and we're ranked about 7th in our category. So if you're ranked high in your category, all you do is go product targeting and sponsored display targeting after 7 to 10 competitors. It's just like how we got traction on only one to 2 keywords. You're also going to get more traction if you're in a niche category by going after your high volume competitors. So this guy here, Anthony's, okay? If I were Anthony's, I would go after these 3 guys right here. Boom, easy. These 3 here, okay? So now I've got 6. This guy isn't very relevant. And then I'm maybe going to go after a couple more, okay? Because I'm ranked organically number 1. I also have the top ad spot. So to really catapult myself more, I know I'm getting most of the traffic for this keyword, right? My other top 10 competitors are probably making up 80% of the other traffic for this keyword. So if I can show up on their pages, let me just see what this one looks like. If I can show up on their pages, sponsor display, I see nothing. There's nothing right here. No one's bidding on this. So I would rather put more budget into my high volume competitors than to bid on 100 ASINs to start with. Because I know if I'm not getting a click, it's probably this guy that's getting the click. So people have already seen my page, and I want to say, hey, like, you saw me in search results. I'm in the back of your mind. I want to show up again right here in my best competitor. So it's kind of the whole point of this video. And so he does have product targeting, but he does not have sponsor display up. So it's all about power and numbers here, okay? But keep it simple when launching. So now, I'm guessing is that I'm probably going to spend maybe up to $50 a day on this item in this next phase of PPC. I started with $20 a day. We're growing very, very nicely. Now we want to up this and go to the next level. That brings me to the whole point of this is what, and everyone's going to ask me, like, okay, you have these 2 keywords that you're showing up for in both auto and phrase. Right? Obviously, you want to bid on those in exact match. And yes, you do. But please don't go adding them as negatives. Just don't. Let them sit where they are and add them as exact matches. You will not bid against yourself, okay? The ads will even out. Do not add them as negatives if you're converting for them. So what we're going to do here is, and we're going to use this example because it fits pretty well with this brand. So I'm going to call this food item exact TOS, and I'm going to add my product here. And so let's say I have 2 keywords, right? So that's one keyword, and then let's say I have almond protein, okay? So let's say these are my 2 keywords that I've been doing well for, right? Now, what I want to do here is mess with the placement stats, right? So, and this is where this whole testing thing comes into play, because you're looking at this, and I showed you guys that my cost per click on this, let me just do this really quickly. So my cost per click for this product has been 80 cents. And most of those have been at the top of the page. So 80 cents is my benchmark right now. And that's the whole thing that I've been saying is this is more reliable than the suggested bid. Okay? So if I come here and I say, oh, well, they're telling me to bid 370, but I know I've been paying 79 cents at the top of the page. So what I would probably do here is use that 79 cents, okay? So use that 79 cents. And what I want to do, sorry, one second, is just work backwards from that. So let's say I want 100% placement stat at the top of the page. 100% placement stat, okay? So 79 divided by 2, it's 39 cents. So let's round up. Let's call it 40 cents, okay? So if I try 40 cents with 100% placement stat at top of search, I think we all know I'm probably not going to get there. Because if you remember, on the phrase campaign, I was bidding $1.25 and my cost per click was 86 cents. So you're not quite there. So you always need to go above what you would expect. So I'm still going to do 100% top of search placement stat. But I would honestly, you just got to mess with it a little bit. So what I would do is I would go right at what I'm paying. So let's call it 80, okay? So I'm paying 80 cents a click. So what this will do, even if I don't show up at top of search, I'm at least within my range of cost per click. And now, with 100% placement stat, this is going to bring me up to 160. But I doubt I'm going to pay that because I'm already converting well for this keyword. So there's no perfect method, but I hope that kind of made some sense. My thought process there is I use my cost per click to set as my default bid, and now I'm messing with placement stats. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this run and then eventually show this to you guys. But with that set, I'm going to launch this campaign. Okay, so I'm going to launch this campaign. With that set, I want to just show you what like some of the other products do when they launch. So I've opened up 2 of them here, right? And Anthony's at the top of the page. We've got these other guys at the top of the page for their best keyword. This whole category really runs on this one keyword, almond protein powder. Very, very specific. These 2 guys right here, these 2, Lekathos and Nature's Plus, okay? They're showing up middle of the page, and they're relatively new. 3 reviews, 12 reviews, okay? His ad is showing at the bottom of the page. So in Nature's Plus, I didn't even see their ad anywhere. I still don't see it, okay? So let's lock in on this guy. So he just launched. He obviously just launched. He has 3 reviews. His ad is below his organic ranking. That is the biggest mistake that people do when launching products for their best keyword. This guy absolutely 1,000% needs to be at the top of the page. Now, he might not get this very top spot, right? The number 1 spot. He 100% needs to be in one of these spots because the whole point of it is people will see your product at the top and it'll be in the back of their mind. They'll think about it, say, oh, well, that had a 4.5 star rating and only 3 reviews, so maybe I don't want to click on it right away. They scroll, they scroll, they scroll, they see it again. They see an organic ranking. He's already got good ranking for this, but he can do way better if his ad spot catapults his organic rank, okay? So I come in here to this product and looking at this BSR, it's all over the place. And this is normally what you see when launching new products is no consistency. So I'm guessing this guy is bidding on too many keywords. His budget's all over the place. He's maybe running in and out of stock. If you can hone in on 1 to 2 keywords, lock that spot down, okay? Get in one of these top spots, above the fold, above the video. You gotta be there. You gotta be there. Once you lock this spot down, then you go on to the next phase. Then you start to bet on competitors more. Then you can build out headline ads. Then you can build out video ads. But if you don't rank well for your best keywords in the beginning, you're going to be constantly grinding and trying to get there. So keep it simple in the beginning. Find those keywords that you know are relevant. One phrase match, okay? One phrase match, one auto up down with all of your targets, and then one auto TOS with 900% placement stats and close match only. And I really, really think that will get you there quicker with a low budget. All right? I hope this helps.